All right, thanks everybody for coming. My name is Luke, and this is my career research presentation. As you can see, my career of choice would be an athletics coach, preferably at the college level, and specifically in the sports of track and field and cross country. At this point in my life, this is my number one choice because I've gone through in my undergrad switching majors from physical education to recreation and tourism management, and I kind of want to do something somewhere in between there, but the thing that has stuck out most to me as something that I know for sure I want to do is coach throughout this whole thing. So that was what I spent the majority of my time researching in this project. Job description. Coaching, and specifically for my sport, isn't just standing there holding a stopwatch or sitting there blowing a whistle. The Dictionary of Occupational Titles describes coaching as analyzing athletes' performance and reviews game statistics or report to determine their fitness and potential for professional sports, or amateur sports in this case. Plans and directs physical conditioning program for athletes to achieve maximum athletic performance, and making judgments about assessing the value, importance, or quality of things or people. At the college level and in this sport, specifically, the plan directing the physical conditioning program is key in making sure that athletes are going to maximize their performance at certain points of the year, especially in like recovery, nutrition, and certain types of workouts at certain types of the year for their races. Now you might be thinking, to coach at the college level, what track would you take, or what classes would you take in college, or would you major in even, to get to this point? And there's really no set way of doing things, but a really popular way about going about it, I've found my research has been, the vast majority of coaches at the collegiate level have at least a bachelor's degree. That's usually required for most jobs. And a lot of schools prefer a master's degree in a certain subject area. And of course, a lot of people take in their bachelor's degrees, they go for physiology, kinesiology, maybe something else in the health field. And a lot of them continue that track through their graduate studies and a master's degree. But a lot of people have also been known to choose to study sports or athletic management, and that's actually the track that I've chose to pursue my master's degree in. I've already been accepted to 2 graduate schools for sports management, and that's the route I'm going to try and go, is pursue my master's degree in sport and athletic management. So along with that goes certain required knowledge to be a coach at a high level at college. The social concept, as you can see from the dictionary, the social concept of it is huge in working with people, being involved in helping provide services for others, and you know how to be social. And along those same lines, whether you have formal training or not, teaching is actually a huge component of being a coach. That is why teaching master's degree or undergrad is looked for in certain coaching positions, and especially at the collegiate level. And teaching describes identifying educational needs, developing formal training programs or classes, and teaching or instructing others, which, if you notice from the previous definition of coaching, they're very similar. Physical demands of coaching are not very high, but like any job, stress can build on somebody and break them down mentally and physically. Especially for coaching, you're going to have odd hours, might be working nights and weekends a lot, and just being out there. A typical day at the office for a coach could be standing out on a track for hours in freezing rain, wind. It's going to be pretty brutal out there some days. But besides that, the physical demands aren't too high, especially if you're in an administrative position. Career preparation. For anybody who goes through education, there's certain things you're going to learn or not learn depending on your major or just your experiences. But really the only way to learn, like most jobs, is hands-on training, whether that's through just volunteer experience or you get some type of internship or graduate assistant position if you choose to pursue a master's degree, or just volunteering your time coaching and trying to get some experience. So the kind of paradox people run into is, well, they only hire people with experience, but how am I supposed to get experience in the way of hiring? That's like a common thing throughout most hiring practices for jobs, and it's no different for coaching. So really a good way is to volunteer your time at local schools, or anybody will take you on, just to show that you're passionate about what you want to do and that you're willing to work with whoever or whatever to try and pursue that dream. The hiring practices for coaching usually go one of 2 ways. If there's an opening for, say, a head coach, they're either going to put out like some type of advertisement or some kind of promotional thing to show that they're hiring from they're making some kind of outside hire. And with that, that's if you're applying for one of those types of jobs, your experience, like we discussed before, your experience is huge. It's all about making connections with who you know. Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. So making connections is huge with the experiences that you're doing. And if it's not an outside hire and they're hiring internally, so somebody who's like an assistant coach or a volunteer is being moved up, that's also a very popular way of doing things because it cuts down on expenses for hiring somebody from the outside, an interview process, and that person already knows the ins and outs, the school, the town, or the team already, and it shows loyalty to the staff that you already have that you're willing to give them advancement opportunities. Wages and job growth. The Bureau of Labor Statistics groups track coaches in the general category of coaches and scouts, and meaning that their pay would most likely be on par with coaches in other sports. And as of 2012, the coach's median pay at the level of college and university was about $40,000 a year, and the range of pay in the lowest 10th percentile in that year was, or this past year actually, was $17,210, while coaches in the upper 90th percentile were going upwards of $65,910. So there's going to be outliers in either way, but the median, which is a good indicator of what most coaches as a head coaching position are getting paid, about $40,000 a year. And according to the Outlook Occupational Handbook in the Bureau of Labor Statistics, coaching employment for any sport, any level, is growing, expected to grow 15%, which is faster than the national average. And I think at the college and university level, you'll see that grow just as much, if not more, since more and more people are going to post-secondary education at universities, and so the higher the college population, the more demand is going to be for sports and people to be administrators or coaches at that level. Current job listings, great places I've found that they post jobs are the NCAA job market. They'll post jobs in not just coaching, but anything in athletic administration at colleges and universities from Division II up through Division I, and they're big on keeping people that were involved in NCAA sports, like I was. In college, they are huge in keeping them involved in a career in sports. And the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association job market website is also an excellent place. Sometimes it mirrors the NCAA job market website, but overall, that's also a great place to post. That they post graduate assistant options, volunteer options, or just job openings in general. That was my career research presentation.
Yeah! Yay!
Thank you.
Yes!